Yo, what's going on? Welcome into another edition of the H&H podcast. I'm your boy Ahmad Hicks alongside my brother Henry Lake. It's the holiday season and seems like the Twins are gifting fans a little bit early. They just announced the news. They found a new limited partner in the team. So maybe this can help kickstart the Twins and get them back to, national dominance.
I hope so. We'll see how kind of all of this plays out. But I think that when you hear about Minnesota Wild owner Craig Leopold being one of the people that are involved in this partial sale and one of the limited investors, it does make I think, a lot of maybe sports fans here in Minnesota feel good about the situation.
Okay.
Just because we know the Wild, they tend to spend money. Mm-hmm. And they like to shake it up a little bit. We see what they're doing on the ice. We see what they've done in terms of the blockbuster trade for Quinn Hughes just a week ago. I'm sure we'll probably mention that at some point, whatever. But I think if you're a Twins fan, one of the things that has to comfort you, though, is when you hear about the limited partners and you hear about the partial sale, when it's people that you have been hearing about for a while, or you have some sort of you know who they are, that makes you feel a little bit better about the situation.
And so you just mentioned it, Leopold, he's the owner of the Wild, so he joins, and then the Glick family investments and George G. Hicks join as principal investors. But they said the Polab family will continue running day-to-day operations and things like that. So I guess my question is, with these new limited partners coming in, Leopold coming in like you mentioned, and you said how he shakes things up, do we think this is the move that the Polab family needed to invest more money in their roster, or do you think they still have a ton of debt to get out of?
I think that you make a move like this if you're letting your fan base know that, yes, we are looking to spend maybe a little bit more money than what we initially thought that we were not going to do.
Right.
And I think that maybe one sign of this was the Josh Bell sign.
I was just about to bring that up. Yep.
I think because, to be honest, that surprised me.
Me too.
He's a good player.
Maybe
He's
a couple
not a
years
star
past
player.
his prime.
Yeah, but there's some upside there because of his big bat. Now, this is the bottom line. Like, he's a guy, it's all or nothing.
Facts.
It's home runs
or nothing.
I'll take the home runs. But it's not like it's a blockbuster deal, but it's a decent deal for a guy like Josh Bell who's got some upside, and a lot of people around the league have really liked him. I mean,
he's a good player.
Yeah, I think that one of the reasons why probably the market was cool on him was because of what he was not able to do in San Diego. But I'm fine with this. This is a better signing than what I anticipated this offseason.
Look, I when I saw the alert on my phone the other day, I said, okay. I said, I can get jiggy with this. I was like, this is
I was on
good.
the air. I saw the breaking. I was like,
yeah.
what?
I was like, Josh Bell. I was like, wait, is this the same Josh Bell that I know? I was like, the left-handed slugger. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll take him. Like, I'm like, that's a good move for them. This is good news, I feel like, because you got to think, spring training is what, a cup like 6 weeks away? Like 7 weeks away?
6, because we got Twins Fest coming up at the end of January. And then right after that, they go to
exactly. So it's right around the corner. So not any flashy moves this offseason that makes you want to invest hundreds of dollars into season tickets or tickets, to be down there at Target Field. But nonetheless, I feel, do you agree that this is maybe a step in the right direction for him?
100%. 100%. This is a step in the right direction. Adding a Josh Bell, now you need to add, at minimum, you need to add at least 2, possibly 3 relievers to your bullpen. At least 2. And when I say add 2, I'm not talking about you got to go out and get some big-time arms, because it doesn't matter about that. You have to add some arms that are going to be reliable for your bullpen.
Right. Okay. I mean, Bell, I was talking about the Leopold and the investments and the Hicks guy joining. That great moves too right now, you think?
I don't know the other individuals, so I really can't speak to that. I mean, if they're in on improving our situation, I'm all for it. But I don't necessarily know the backgrounds of the other individuals that are involved. Craig Leopold, because of what he means and what he's been as the owner of the Minnesota Wild, that's one that I think has a lot of people saying, you know what, we feel comfortable with this.
Yeah, so Leopold will be joining as a limited partner, And they're all, this is on the Fox 9 website right now, they're all acquiring non-controlling minority interests in the Twins. And as I said earlier, the Pohlads will retain ownership control and handle day-to-day operations. Also, Tom Pohlad is set to succeed Joe Pohlad in overseeing the Twins organization pending MLB approval. So he'll now be the control person for the franchise. So seems like some changes are coming within that organization. We're going to hope that with those changes comes a little bit more winning for the Twins, because fans desperately need that, I believe.
And I think the timing of this, that Leopold is a part of this, is great timing for the Twins from an optics perspective. With the Wild doing what they're doing right now, I think that has to make this deal, or at least his involvement, look that much better.
Yeah. And speaking of the Wild, all right, they had a 7-game winning streak until it was snapped by the Buffalo Sabres in a game that they should have won. That game went to a shootout at the end, and they probably could have won that in the shootout. Now, since that 7-game winning streak, they went through a little bit of a rough patch, winning only 1 out of their next 3 games, but they followed that up with now 5 straight wins.
Yeah.
And so they're one of the top teams in hockey right now, and then they just made another addition that you just talked about. Tell me what that means for this franchise.
I think it means everything. You got one of the top 10 players in the NHL. You have.
How do they even pull that off?
Well, I mean, because you essentially have traded away a bunch of former first-round picks and a future first-round pick.
Right.
So in sports, what do they typically say? You got to give up something to get something.
Absolutely.
And so they've given up some guys that maybe people thought still have some upside. I think that Marco Rossi's the number one guy that I think people thought that maybe at some point or another he was going to become a player. But I love it, man. You pushing your chips in, and you shaking the table. You're letting people know, man, we ain't here to just be in this thing, and we're sick and tired of not winning postseason series. We're in this thing to win a Stanley Cup, and right now they are looking great.
3rd in the Central Division, 3rd in the Western Conference right now. Do you think, with the roster assembled right now, what Bill Guerin has been able to do for this team, do you think it's enough to compete for a Stanley Cup?
Yeah, they're contenders.
Especially with the goalie play right now.
With the goalies, just you doing a shutout? I got you. I got you. I'm gonna one up you. I like right now, man. With the Wall,
man,
and what the Gus Bus is doing, both of them,
man,
they're off the chain.
Yeah.
We're feeling good in the town right now.
I'm looking at the stats just for the goalies and what they've been able to do recently, and it's kind of unbelievable. Insane. Yeah, like, I mean, what they always tell us, like, it starts with good goalie play. If you don't have good goalie play, then you have no chance to be successful. And you're talking about Jesper Wallstedt. He's 9 wins, only 1 loss. And allowing only 1.9 goals a game?
Yeah. So you've added a defenseman in Quinn Hughes. And we know this, that in sports typically, when you add a supremely talented player, an elite player, it raises the level pretty much of the entire team, unless that person's a little bit of a bad actor, right? Like when we see that's kind of when things go wrong. But when you add him into the mix, we saw Tarasenko even look like different last night.
You know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of the Tarasenko that was on the St. Louis Blues when they won the Stanley Cup. I was in St. Louis that year. Tarasenko was on another level. He was one of the reasons that they went on to win the Cup. So if he can play like
he's
that,
an older guy.
He is older. He's not. He's past his prime.
Yep.
But if he can play like that, it's a dangerous team.
And Carrillo's a monster.
It's a dangerous team.
And Boldy's a monster.
They got a lot of pieces around.
Yeah.
They got a lot of pieces.
They are true Stanley Cup contenders. I don't think anybody can dispute that.
So we gonna have the Wild in the playoffs and the Timberwolves rocking in the playoffs at the same time.
Yeah, but like right now, when you look in the state of Minnesota, who's the best professional sports team here?
It's the Wild.
It would have to be that's playing right now. Like if we're talking about year round, we'd have to say the Lynx.
For sure, but yeah. I'm talking about playing right now.
But
yeah,
in season right now, it's the Wild.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, so. Hey, it's going to be a fun spring for us here in Minnesota nonetheless. All right, speaking about kind of piecing some things together. So you question Kevin O'Connell and him being a quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer.
Quarterback whisperer. Legitimate question.
He got his young quarterback playing well. 2 30-point games, back-to-back wins.
He's playing better.
5 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Stop. He's playing better.
Come on now.
Don't act
Come on
like,
now.
Don't act like no. I have been giving JJ his props.
Have you?
Yes.
Where?
On the radio show.
Okay.
We doing it all the time. We giving him props.
Okay. Just gotta let the record be known.
Off the rip on Monday. You know, go podcast the show. To me, what we do is easy.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about when people are playing well, you speak to that.
Yeah.
When people are playing poorly, you speak to that.
Yeah.
And he's playing well right now. Now we know he's nowhere near a finished product.
Agreed.
We know
Agreed.
it's going to take a while. But I have said this. I'm not sure if this was the take last week or if it was the take this past Monday. But to me, you know who your starting quarterback is going into the offseason.
Do we now?
Yeah, it's J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, really now? You're sold. You're sold on him being the franchise quarterback.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, no.
That's not what I said. I said we know who the starting quarterback is going to be. We do not know who the franchise quarterback is. We don't know if he's going to be a because there's a difference between a starting quarterback and a franchise quarterback.
So you don't.
We don't know if he's a franchise.
You
quarterback
still don't
yet.
think he's the franchise quarterback.
Don't know that yet.
Okay, I can kind of agree. We got to see what he does versus the.
I know you poking and prodding me right now, but
I
you know
am.
I'm right.
I
He
am.
knows I'm right. He knows I'm right. I'm not out here talking reckless.
I'm just saying it was his best game this past week. 15 of 24, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, so 3 total touchdowns. I'm going to put an asterisk next to that interception because that was just a very unfortunate play. Tip ball at the line of scrimmage. Not much he could do there. He was throwing it to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson was wide open. So I will kind of put an asterisk next to that. But he had a 108 quarterback rating. Pretty good. I think he's turning the corner right now. He's playing with confidence. They take on the Giants this weekend. Yeah, because confidence is everything.
Yep.
If you don't have confidence, you can't be a good football player, can't be a good professional athlete or an athlete in general. So now they take on a team that doesn't have a lot of confidence. 8 losses in a row in the New York Giants, and they have a rookie quarterback in Jackson Dart, who historically they don't do well versus a Brian Flores defense. So me putting the cart before the horse here a little bit right now, the Vikings may very well go on a 3-game winning streak here to end the season and then come back to U.S. Bank Stadium. I wouldn't say to play meaningful football, but have a chance to end the playoff dreams of the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. How sweet is that?
Yeah, I don't see all that happening, but I do see us beating
No
New York.
optimism? They beat Detroit before.
I'm gonna deal with what's in front of us right now. We're gonna take it.
Okay,
This is a week-to-week
cliche,
league.
1 week
This
at
is a
a
week-to-week
time.
league.
Oh, boy.
The New York Giants about to get their heads cracked. Bottom line.
And that's what I'm saying. They put up 30-plus against the Cowboys with no Darisaw. Come on now.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's going to be so much about an offensive output type game. I just think that the Giants are not going to be able to put up points against us.
Yeah.
Like how are they going to be able to run the football?
They're not going to be able to run the
They're
football.
not.
And the thing about the passing game, the Vikings have not allowed a passing touchdown since the Baltimore Ravens game. So 5 games now, they have not given up a passing touchdown. Speaks volumes to, I think, Andrew Van Ginkel,
Yep,
Jonathan Grenard, Dallas Turner, Blake Cashman.
Grenard's out for the year.
He's
though.
out for the year. He suffered a shoulder injury, had been playing through that. But you still got guys like Jalen Redmond, Levi Drake Rodriguez that have been just like instrumental to the success defensively. Excuse me. So I still think that this is a team. Look, call me out on this. I think they can win 5 straight to end the season.
I mean, I guess they could, but as much as I'm a Vikings
if you win
fan,
3 in a row and you come home to Detroit on Christmas Day, that building's rocking.
Yeah, but there's nothing that I've seen from the Vikings, as much as I love the Vikings, that leads me to believe that they're better than the Packers on any field.
They almost had a chance to beat them that first game, but it was a couple of mistakes.
Okay.
Seriously?
You think at the end of the year, with so much on the line for Green Bay, you think that we're going to – I just don't know.
I actually do. I think if you're talking about you –
I mean, anything's possible, but –
anything is possible. You talk about a team playing with confidence, a defense playing lights out right now. You're running the ball. Your offensive line is probably playing the best they've played all season now that everybody has been playing. Ryan Kelly's back, except for Darisaw, but that continuity is there for them. I think that if they get this win versus the Giants, you talking about coming back to U.S. Bank Stadium with 60,000 plus there, cheering for your team, and you already beat this Lions team. And I won't say it was handedly, but your defense did a phenomenal job. You stopped the run.
Jonathan Grenard, though, against the Lions in a game number 2, I think is big. I think that's big. I think that not having him, I don't think you're going to lock down Jahmyr Gibbs the way you did that first time around.
You don't think so?
Not with Grenard gone, no. He is such a monster, man.
He is, but one could argue that he's been missing a lot of sacks this year and hasn't been doing what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Detroit is one of those teams when they put their minds to it, they get up for games, man.
They do, and I'm not going to sit here and argue that, but I also think that if you look at the standings right now and where
they get to bite kneecaps.
I mean, the Lions aren't in the playoffs right now.
I know, I get that.
Like, if you look at the playoff picture right now,
they can play themselves back into the playoffs, though. That's what I'm saying. But the games are more meaningful for them than they are for us.
They are, but you know how far down they are? They got to beat the Steelers this weekend. Then they got to come play us on Netflix on Christmas Day, and then you end your season probably with a primetime matchup against Chicago in Chicago.
They could run the table. I love the Steelers because I'm a big Mike T fan. Shout out to Coach Tomlin. But I think Vegas has them favored by 7
over
the Steelers, something like that.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the odds right now. It is 6.5 point favorites.
So
6.5 point.
That's a little
favorite.
bit of a tail.
Dang.
And I'm not sure that's a good matchup for the Steelers. I like the Steelers and Mike T. I'm not sure if that's it depends on if T.J. Watt doesn't play. That's a problem.
That's a difference maker.
Yeah.
That's a difference maker. All right. Let's talk a little hoops now. Gophers sports. Some big wins for the program. Nico Medved, your boy, got a huge win versus Indiana at home. First rank win for a head coach in the season. I won't say season debut, but it's inaugural season here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That was huge for the program. Then they followed it up with a dud versus Purdue. They were literally in that game.
To be expected, though.
Yeah, top 10 opponent. They were in that game, though. I'm watching
the
first half.
number 1.
Yeah. But I'm watching halftime. I'm like, man, they got a chance. And then I don't know what Purdue did, but they went on like a 20-something run, and it was like, yikes. Like, that's a lack of depth there. But I still like what I'm seeing from Nico's squad right now. Okay. They're currently on the season 6-5, 6th in the Big Ten. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, this is about I think that the way that you look at the Gophers this year is that the expectations are that they're going to struggle all season long. And if they show you signs of improvement, if they show you signs of overachieving, I'll take that.
Because I'm looking
Nico's going to get the most out of his guys. I'm not concerned about that. I'm not concerned about Nico not getting the most out of his guys. His guys are not going to underachieve. We just want to see them overachieve, which typically that's what Nico Medved teams do.
According to the schedule right now of their remaining games, a lot of Big Ten games coming up, 5 more ranked opponents inside the Big Ten. So, for people who don't pay attention, Big Ten's obviously the best basketball conference out here, and you're going to be tested in that conference. I think that's a good thing for them, though. It's a lot of new pieces on this team trying to figure out their identity. Cade Tyson, that's a dude, man, that they have on that squad. So I feel like headed in the right direction, but obviously you need depth in this conference, and that's something they're lacking right now. Meanwhile, the women, they have a ton of depth on their team. 8-3 overall, 10th in the Big Ten. Couple of tough losses that they had. Dude, I know Coach Plitzawhite, after that Maryland loss, top 10 opponent, you had them at the barn. It was rocking. They had a 8-point lead with a minute left in that game. Somehow lost it. I think that loss, it stings, but I think that's also one that you're happy to take at the beginning half of the season.
Yeah, but that one deserves so much because they should have won that game. I watched that game, and I was you can't blow a lead like that.
No,
you just can't do it. You can't blow a 9-point lead like that.
They had 3 turnovers in 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, they were up. I mean, and they blew a massive lead in the last 50 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
And
at home.
But this is the issue, okay? And this is not hate. This is just the reality of it. The Gophers, I think that game, their flaw was exposed because I think they got a good team. They don't have a true point guard. They struggled to inbound the ball, and they struggled to get the ball up the court.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fix that?
I think Briley Glenn probably needs to start at point for them. I think what she provides off the bench is certainly a change of pace guard, someone who can create their own shot. But I think she probably should be in the starting lineup.
Coach Hughes got to do something because I love Amaya Battle.
Yeah.
But between her and Mara Braun, that wasn't working.
When Amaya's playing with confidence and hunting her shot, that team is much better.
Yeah.
When she's not hunting her shot, she's just taking up space on the court, and she's crowding it up for everybody else out there.
Well, I will say this. Losing to Maryland, even though it was gut-wrenching.
It's a good loss.
And it was hard to stomach.
It was hard.
Amaya and Mara played horrible.
Yeah, let's check their stat line.
No, I watched it. They were not good at all. Mara Braun got to the free throw line a little bit. I think they both maybe got to the free throw line a little bit. But their shooting was disastrous. I think Mara Braun was like 3 of 20.
You're right.
What was she?
3 of 20.
Yeah, I mean, and I said that the very next day.
2 of 10 from 3.
And I said the very next day, I've never seen her play poorly like that.
No.
Never. 3 of 20?
And I was watching the game a little bit, and I was just like, dang, she can't hit anything right now.
No.
Amaya Battle,
it was forcing it.
Amaya Battle 1 for 8.
Yep.
But 11,
and they lost by 1.
11 of 13 from the free throw line. Mara Braun 8 of 8 from the free throw line. But between those two players,
Grace though,
they had. I know she was on fire.
She was on fire. What was it? 9 threes?
9 threes. Yeah, she was letting it fly. But man, between Mara and Amaya, can't happen again.
Yeah.
10 turnovers.
Yeah.
10 between Mara, Grace, and Amaya, they had 12 turnovers. So they had just 4 more assists than they did have turnovers.
And I can't remember specifically, but did Tori McKinney, did she foul out?
Tori McKinney in that game, she did.
She fouled
and
out.
Grace fouled out at the end.
But this is the thing. They both, but they carried the team. Like, they carried the load that night. They carried it.
Tori had 19. Grace had 31.
They carried it, and it was this band. And so shout out to those two women because I thought they played phenomenal basketball.
I still think that was a good loss for them. You know, no loss is ever one that you want to take. But
it's a good loss because it's Maryland, but it's bad because of how it went down.
Yeah, I agree with that. But that being said, in all the games that the Gophers have won this year, they've held their opponent under 50 points. So that means they're locking down defensively. And all the games that the Gophers have lost this year, they've given up 100, 63, 63, and they're 8-3. So you do the math. If they keep their opponents under 50, they're winning. Defensive-led team. I think that's a good place to be. They got Drake coming up on the 21st here, so this weekend. And then they have a week off until they take on Indiana at Indiana on the 29th. So that's when they kind of get back in their slate. Then on the 5th, January 5th, they have another ranked game, top 10 team in Michigan. I think that's going to be a good test for them because they have Michigan, Northwestern, then USC, and then UCLA, Washington. So you got a lot of ranked teams coming up right after the Christmas break. So a chance for them to get into that top 25 picture like we talked about.
Yeah, they're going to have opportunities. I think they're a good team, and I definitely think they're going to be in the field this year.
And like we said before, y'all got to get over to the barn, man. Y'all got to go support these ladies because, what they're doing right now, they're probably like on the verge of probably having a first-round NCAA tournament playoff game. Not playoff, but, NCAA tournament home game. So you get in now before they get hot, and then it's going to be hard to get a ticket and whatnot.
Are you concerned about the staying with women's basketball? Are you concerned that we're not going to get a new CBA with the WNBA?
Nafisa Collier just came out and said that she was optimistic and hopeful that it's headed in the right direction. So I'm a believer in Fee.
January the 9th, I think.
Yeah, they just extended that not too long ago. So, I'm a believer in Fee. I still think there are ways away on, what the player salaries and the percentage of revenue that they should take home because basically what they're trying to give them is you can get a percentage of this and of the revenue that they had now, but no one's talking about the expected booming revenue that's going to come in the next 5 to 10 years, which I think that players are privy to have that, especially they're the ones on the court. They're the most important. You looked at the top 4 highest paid women athletes and 3 or 4 WNBA players. Come on now, that's money made off the court. That's not money made on the court. So I think that certainly needs to match what their potential earnings are off the court, and give them an opportunity. But I'm optimistic. I think Fee's smart, and I think the WNBA is seeing where Unrivaled is going and how they're treating their athletes and things like that. So it's like you got to get the ball rolling. Don't lose momentum now while you have it. The last thing you want is a lockout, and then you lose money that way in a lockout. So optimistic. Timberwolves though, real quick on them. Got a big win versus the Golden State Warriors after dropping one. Another one to the Phoenix Suns. Another close game. Another game where Ant went crazy, but the team didn't get the win. Yet they followed that up, which I feel like was a huge win versus the Warriors and what they were able to do.
Yeah, that was fun to see, especially without Ant playing. Rudy.
Come on now. I've been saying it. Rudy's the difference maker on this team.
Yeah, but he's doing what he's been doing though.
Yeah,
Rudy's Rudy. Like.
But he's better when he scores.
Your visions of him being some sort of no, he's going to score, but his game is not going to change. Like, he is a putback guy. He is a dump it down guy. Rudy's not a perimeter guy. He's not a guy with great hands. Like, Rudy's being Rudy. He's getting more opportunities. Of course, you're going to get more opportunities when Ant's not playing.
24 points.
I like Rudy. I don't have an issue with Rudy. Rudy's not been a problem.
I just wish if he could average 20. I think they'd be a totally different team.
That's not his game.
I know it's not his game, but why can't it be? I say that all the time.
Because that's just not. Because that's not where he excels.
It's not.
Defensive Player of the Year type stuff is where he excels. Julius Randle had a good game. Dante knocked down some clutch shots. Jay McDaniels continues to be one of the most improved players in the league.
Man,
he's
on the tear right now.
I've been down with Jaden since day one. He know that. Shout out to Jaden.
As we're taping this, they take on Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. Yep. And then they follow that up with another good one, the Thunder, on Friday. So, big week for the Timberwolves.
Hey, by the way, I know the Thunder is just destroying the league right now.
24-2.
But you know who's a problem?
I'm listening.
The Spurs.
They just climbed into the top 5 in the power rankings this
morning. The Spurs are about to be a problem.
And they beat the Thunder.
If you were saying for the next 10 years, who would you rather have stock in, OKC or the Spurs? I'd rather have it in the Spurs because Wemby's like that.
And Stephen Castle.
Oh, my gosh. He is getting so much better.
Yeah, he's. I like Dylan Harper, too.
Yep.
Man, you look at this team. I'm looking at their stat line right now.
And they defend. That's what stands out about the San Antonio Spurs and OKC. They love to defend. Forget about the scoring. They love to lock it down.
I just love how the Spurs do this, man. They have legitimate dynasty-type teams, and they go through a little rough patch, and then they're right back up to where they were. No other NBA team does it like them, man. I feel like, golly, like they literally tanked and then got Victor. I don't know how they did that. And yet here they are about to, I'm not going to say go to the Western Conference Finals, but.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I would not be surprised. And also, for all them people that was talking reckless about my guy, Cooper Flagg, what y'all got to say about him now?
Hold on now.
Cooper Flagg is like that.
I've been saying that.
Don't play games with him. But he's the youngest player to score 40?
Yeah. Averaging 18.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and shooting 48% from the field.
And they're not even playing with a point guard right now.
I know, no Kyrie.
What?
No Kyrie now.
Stop playing with Cooper, man.
And the game, where did he have 42, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in a losing effort.
He's complete. His game's complete.
When they get Kyrie back, they're scary. If they get Kyrie back
Imagine Cooper Flagg 5 years from now. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
With a legitimate point guard.
Are you kidding me?
He's going to be tough.
Ooh,
that Western Conference is going to be tough. So the Wolves got to step it up. Because you talk about the future of the Mavericks, and then, well, who knows what AD will be like for them in the years to come. But the Spurs.
And with the Wolves, another thing that's popped up, and it's interesting to see because we want to see Rob Dillingham improve and get better, but Bones Highland is outplaying him right now.
He is. I like Bones Highland. I like what he brings to the table.
But it's like, bro, like, Rob, what's happening here?
Man, I'm not a Rob hater or anything.
No, me neither.
I think he could be a good player for this team, but I also think that Dog, size-wise, man, you're just a liability on that court for them and the way that they play defensively. Like, yes, you can get buckets. Sometimes it takes too many dribbles to get to your bucket, but he's a liability. Like, you're just too small at the end of the day to play point guard in the NBA in 2025, 26. Like, back in the day, 6 foot, 6'1" point guards, they had a thing. Tony Parker, all those guys, Chris Paul, I mean, like, they had a place in the NBA. If you ain't 6'6" or bigger now, it's a liability for 48 minutes. So
depending on your skill set, I mean, you could still be 6'1", 6'2", and be a monster still.
But you got to have some athleticism. You got to be banging.
He's got athleticism.
He does, but defensively,
his game is just kind of
he needs the ball too much to do that. Well, we go see. They got, like I said, a big week for the Timberwolves coming up. Big weekend for the Vikings. Ahmad feels like they can win 5 straight. You heard it here on the H&H podcast that they have an opportunity to turn a lot of heads to end the season, go into the offseason with some positive momentum, knowing that JJ is their franchise quarterback. Henry doesn't think so. Ahmad thinks so. But we'll definitely talk about it. Probably have a hiatus next week for Christmas week. Make sure you guys have a happy holidays, a blessed new year with everybody, and then we'll see you after that.
Happy holidays. Oh, Santa, I need that Powerball ticket tonight.
Look, me too.